This is a rundown of most of my flashlights I have. Around here is the what they call a Nitecore VLC 10. This one doubles as a quick charge 3.0 charger, and a light on the side. I mean, you guys probably already know. It's a pretty cool light and has a sensor in there that allows for emergency. When stuck on a road, stick this on the side of your car because it's magnetic back here, and it has a sensor on there. When it senses light, it starts to flash oncoming vehicles. But I mainly use it as a 12-volt 3.0 quick charge. It also has this nifty glass breaker on there. I don't remember what material it's made out of, but it's pretty hard. Moving on quickly to, this is my UV light. It's a cheap one. I'm in the process of waiting for some parts to build a more robust UV light. And there's my, right next to it, my Lumintop AA tool 2.0 with right in the back. You already know about this. You guys already know how cool that light is. And this right here is my Jetbeam Jet 2 Pro titanium. It's a pretty cool light. It can kind of double as a you know, defense weapon. Pretty bright light, cool everyday carry. Or I'd hate to lose it, so I don't carry it at all. It was kind of pricey at the time. It was over $100, $120, $130, something like that. This is another cool light from Lumintop, the EDC 05C. That one, pretty cool light as well. Has the LEDs on the side. I forgot what type of LEDs they are, but it's a momentary button. Turn it on the front, different brightnesses, and then that is for a work light, in this case you work on a car, and it glows in the dark as well. It's magnetic at the back. That runs off of a 14500 cell. This is a converted Convoy S8 Plus. I converted over the multiple beams, and I shortened it with a 18315 there. So it's got a regular flashlight in there. Touch it again, you get red, you get green, blue, and strobe. Sorry about that. Should have warned you guys about the strobe. But here's the emergency. That's one thing you don't use. You get in trouble for this one. Impersonating, you already know what. Alright, so let's move on quickly to my next light, which is another S8 Plus. This has a quad beam in there. This one is just ridiculously light and powerful. It has step down as well, like infinite step down. Like if you want, you stop it at the brightness you want, and when you get the brightness you want, you stop it, leave it there. This one's a pretty cool light. I like that. It's got a magnetic thing I put back there. Driver, I built the driver myself from MTN parts. This is Zanflare. I believe it's a Z1. It's got a glass break on the back. It's 45K on there. It's got micro charging, so it's got a switch on the back, and you can change the modes right here. It's a nice light to have, decent. It failed on me a couple of times. In the back, I have, if I could separate it from the other two lights, it's got magnetic ring on the back. This is a Jaxman E2L triple beam. I forgot what the LEDs are in there. I think it's I know these are Cree LEDs. I got this from Mountain Electronics, MTN Electronics. Change that in the back and put a soft switch in the back with LED in there and a magnetic ring for a good work light. I forgot the name of the LEDs, but they're pretty stock when you buy them. I didn't modify that one. I do believe I changed the driver in there though. I put a custom MTN driver in there. This one is another S8 with it's got a XPL V6 in there. Excellent color, no donuts whatsoever. Really nice light to have. This is made from standard driver and magnetic ring on the back, and also it has a 713 slave board on there for instead of going with a FET, I use 713 chips on there on a daughter board. Moving on, this is my next mini light. This is a Lumintop. This is a bike light, B01 bike light. It's got a cutoff on there, as you can see. I can't really show it in there that well, but it does have a cutoff on there as you're riding along. This is one of the few riding lights that I have. Yeah, it's got momentary switch on there, and a bike mounting parts. Pretty cool light. As you can see, the LEDs right there on the top. This is my diving light. I never go diving, but it's waterproof, and you know, why not just have one? It's pretty cool. Uses a ring around there. I believe it's a SSD or SST40 LED in there, and you change the modes in there. The ring on there. That's pretty cool. Moving on, you guys already know Lumintop GT Mini. This is one of my first lights, Ultrafire C8. That's modified with a 6-volt driver. I believe I custom built that one when I was like hardcore into this. It's got a Cree XHP50, maybe 0.2 in there, 65K. And this is my, well, let me turn this thing on. I should have turned this on, check it out. I took one from the Zanflare cap from the back. This has got a glass break on there, clip and metal stainless steel bezel with smooth reflector and you know, a special glass, special reflective coating glass. It's a pretty cool light too. Most of my lights are all 65K. I kind of like that flash to it. This is a Sofirn C83, I believe. These come, I bought this, a couple of these, and they basically come as a host, and you know, you supply your driver and LEDs. This one I went with XHP, what is this, XHP Hi? It's a 3-volt emitter. I went with triple ones. It's been a while. I don't know. I don't remember. Smooth reflector, air coated glass, and stainless steel bezel around there. I believe I put the switch in there with the LEDs on it. Uses the 18650 battery. This is basically the same thing, but XPL V6s, triple, and standard bezel around there. As you can see, the switches are turned the other way. This one's turned vertically, and that one's turned horizontally, the LED lights in the switch. So I could kind of differentiate in the dark which one's which. Convoy C8. This is Desert Tan with MTN 4-point amp driver. Runs on single 18650. AR glass, stainless steel bezel, XHP70, smooth reflector, This one's got a, I think it's a 5 amp switch in the back. So I have to kind of like select the mode I want first, then turn it on. Now all of these lights are like modified as far as switches and spring bypasses. This is another C8 Plus. This one has an XHP35 emitter in there, and a magnetic ring on the back with the LED lit backlit switch. This one's pretty cool too. This has a regular momentary switch in there, so you can go from different modes. That's low, medium, high, and so that's a 12-volt driver that's inside there running off of a single 18650. I'm not gonna go all the way up to the big lights. I'm gonna kind of stop when I get to the can lights. Back here is a Streamlight ProTac HL3. Such a long name. Uses 3 cells in there. This is a stock light. I think I changed out the bulb. I think I put the XPL V6 in there. That's pretty cool too. Nice beam. No halos, no rings or donuts or any weird artifacts in it. Moving on to, this is a U-torch that's been modified several times. The original driver is not in there. I believe it came with a micro USB charger in there, and I switched it to a Type C charger. Basically, it's running a, let me try to remember. I think I have it. Let me see. That was a, it's got a Lumintop C30 driver in there, and an XHP35 Hi 65K emitter. Moving on to something, it's like a personal best of mine. This light, I really like this one. This has got two C8 Plus throwers on there with XPL Hi's emitters, and I think there's all the drivers in the back. This is all like custom made. This is like one of those $15 flashlights I bought, and just totally gutted out. Added 2 switches, 2 custom drivers I built from scratch from MTN parts. You know, they sell those kits that come in a little pocket, you know, and just kind of mix and match pieces, and you know, and program the chip myself to get what I want. This other driver in here, this allows me so I have the best of both worlds. I got a thrower from the 2 XPL Hi's, and then when I turn that off, I have this right here, which it's got a smooth step down, but you know, I can fully program what I want. So this is a floodlight, and then when I turn on the XPL Hi's, that's the thrower, and I can turn them off independently because I have 2 switches on here. So this one is lit, and when I'm charging, it'll be red, and then it turns green when it's fully charged. And here's a charge port back here. Still using a micro charger in the back. I was gonna put a Type C in there, but I didn't see any need to, because I don't really use this. Use the charger to charge it. I take it out because it runs on a 26650 single cell on there. It's got 2 air-coated glasses in there, custom copper shelving to distribute the heat, and with a heat sink behind it. Pretty cool light. Well, this is where I'm going to stop the video because it's getting too long now. I'm going to make a part 2.